Welcome back to the shop. It's your boy Romanovich, the surgeon. We're jumping back on this trailer build. As you can see, we have like a solar panel. We have a toolbox in the front. We even installed a pretty sweet winch. If you guys want to see any of that, please check out my YouTube channel down below. Has all the video footage for all of that and making this little trailer into like a little small rental on the side hustle. So today we're going to be attacking one more thing. Very, very important to me. So let's go ahead and show you guys what the damage is. So today's damage is this piece right here. So this tongue has been used and abused. I have already re-welded this piece because it already tore up one time. So what I really want to do today is, you see this? Nothing really lines up, even whenever you lock it. The holes don't line up perfect. So pretty much the old owners really messed it up, and I like to use these kind of locks. They do wonderful for locking up your trailers, and since I rent mine out, I like to go ahead and have a lock for it. And whenever I actually slide this in there, let me try to see if I can do that for y'all. When I try to slide this in, let's just say it is very hard. You see that's an angle, and it's really tough to get it on and off. Plus I have my wife sometimes help me out with the rentals. So we want to make sure that it's pretty easy to come in and out and don't want to have to hurt your fingers or anything like that. So today we're going to be attacking it with this thing. Here's the new and improved. This is pretty nice. It's got the extra ledges in here, so it's going to be a much more solid piece. I did want to go with a Demco, but for now I figured I'd go with this one since this one's rated for plenty. Pretty much exactly what this one is rated for. So the Demco was for 10,000. This trailer is not anywhere near that. It's only at 7. And if you look at that, it slides right in. I mean, just perfect. So I think this will do the job. All we have to do is obviously prep that one. We're going to have to grind some of those areas there so we can put some welds down. And by the looks of this one, it only has welds here on top. And same thing all the way around. I looked underneath. Let's check it out. And I don't see any welds under here. Just this weld right here. So nothing in the inside, so it shouldn't be too hard to remove. Yeah, like if you look under here, it doesn't have any welds in there, so that is awesome. I think we should easily be able to accomplish that, hopefully. But yeah, we're gonna start with cutting all that down and hopefully getting this thing prepped. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you guys like this kind of content, please smash that subscribe button. I really guys appreciate you guys all that is watching and supporting our channel. You guys are amazing. You guys are the ones that make these things happen. And if, like I said, if you guys want to see anything that I've done with this trailer, I have everything down in my YouTube channel. Go ahead and definitely check it out. Like I said, solar panel, toolbox, and a bunch of other accessories. If you want to start your little side hustle, get on there and check it out, and hopefully that'll help you out. Let's not waste any more time and jump on this trailer. Gotta say, guys, today, let's just say this job is pretty crazy. I've been trying to use chisels, sawzall, angle grinder, everything I can, and it is it is welded up really well, so I can see why it holds up to about 7,000 pounds. So let me just show you guys the progress, because this thing is taking a while, and most likely I'm gonna do a lot of it off camera so I don't waste all the your time. So let's turn the camera around and I'll show you what this is all about. All right, looking at it from over here, I already chiseled into here and it's finally broke completely through. That is wonderful news. So I have progress all the way to here, and this final chisel went in here and actually popped off because there's one more weld under there. So we still got to do this as in break it completely through. This side, I have it just like this, which I was cutting it with this blade here. It does really well, but I think because the problem is that it's too thick, we're having too many problems. So I'm doing these right here, and they're a lot thinner, and they're cutting so much better. So let me see if I can show you the progress. There you go. So I have started a little bit of the progress here is from a chisel and the Sawzall. So I got one more strand to run through here, and then of course to let her loosen up from here, and then we should be good. But yeah, this thing is taking a lot more time than I thought it would, but I understand, because I mean it is, you know, towing vehicles, so you need the most strength that you can have. Also, stay tuned. Next video will be me replacing this guy. I just do not like the wheel. It rolls, and the worst part about it being is a cylinder here, or circular, so every time it likes to bend and cock, it never staying straight, causing it to grind on that and not go up and down smooth. So I'll be swapping that out for actually a square. I think it's a 2x2 square that it goes up and down with a flat platform. That way we do not have any more issues with that. So I'm gonna keep grinding at this, and hopefully when I come back, we'll have this off. And if you guys like this grind, you guys like to make it shine, you guys love this kind of work, obviously we're doing everything on our own, learning how to do this. I've never replaced one of these, you know, couplers in the front, so this is gonna be crazy progress, and you know, a lot of knowledge that I can learn and hopefully give you guys. And I mean, I'm not the best welder, but I think I'm gonna do a good enough job to actually make this work. So you guys make sure to smash that subscribe button if you haven't. I've seen a lot of guys that watch this, guys and gals that watch my videos that are not subscribed. I would appreciate you guys so much. Stay tuned and hit the alerts button, because we got plenty of things coming your way. Here we have it, finally. So I'm telling you, those chisels made a huge deal. But there we go, finally cut off all the way. All this rust we can finally go away from. I just noticed, see this little piece here too? It's missing from this side, and I think I saw it earlier fall down. So I'd say this thing is just ready to be retired. You see how much welding I put on there? There's little booger welds, but it actually held up really well, because this whole thing just broke off from this piece, so I didn't want to risk it anymore. Plus, it needs to go. But I just noticed that this thing, look at this. This thing's not welded to anything. It was only welded to that beam right there. So as soon as I let this go, it picked up. So obviously we're able to push it down or lift these up, vice versa. And you can see that. So there's no big deal over there. But now the big boy stuff, we got to grind this all the way completely down, make it flush. So then we can install the new piece over here, which is super exciting. I'm hoping it's the same dimensions. I mean, they looked alike. But yeah. So yeah, look at that. It matches up perfect. Obviously, we got to put that guy down, but that's how she's gonna be. Very excited. Very excited. Hopefully everything matches up. I see one thing that these are, like if I push it all the way to the side, you see that? So we're gonna have to make sure we get this aligned properly. And they're held together, so we might have to just push this as far as we can inward, and that's what's gonna get catch on both sides. That way we make sure that this is as straight as possible on the trailer itself. That way when you're driving, it's not actually pulling it awkward. But yeah, I think the biggest portion is done. Very awesome. Let's go ahead and grind all this stuff down and prep it for the new piece. Make sure to have your eye protection and ear protection. Some gloves. We have achieved cleaning it all completely off. We have achieved the proper height, raised it up, and it's actually perfectly level now from the top. Now I'm looking at specific areas where I'm actually supposed to sand this down. As you can see, we got it perfect mating there. So we got to figure out every single surface where we're actually going to be welding, and I need to sand those down. Don't want to kill the integrity of the paint that is on here. I wish I actually knew if you could actually weld to this paint right here. I'm pretty sure if you burn hot enough, it'll do it perfectly fine, but I don't know. Let me guys know in the description if it's possible to just weld to it. That would be so awesome. I mean, that would save me a lot of headache. Let me actually call. I would like to call where I got this from and ask them if this like the kind of paint, or they just put it on there just for protecting it from rust for the time being. Because obviously, even you know, dealerships, whenever they sell these trailers, don't ever put a good enough, you know, paint job on there, and it'll rust. That's why this is all going to be coated with some better stuff. But yeah, I already cleaned all this off, so it's ready for welding. The only thing I got to do is, like I said, that coupler, the new one, we need to sand it down, and hopefully it'll be ready for welding. It is already 5 o'clock. The sunlight is already dipping. I think we got maybe 2 hours left. I don't want to rush this because this is obviously very big. You know, this is the integrity of the actual trailer. If something was to happen, that's a huge liability fault or problem, and a lawsuit and everything. So you got to make sure you're doing it right. I want to take my time. So I think I'm just going to tack it up properly because I have my utility trailer out for rental right now. So when it comes back, I need to park it back there. So I got to be able to move this guy. So I think I'm going to clean that one up as much as I need to. And I'm going to tack it welded all in four or five spots or something like that. Make sure it's holding on well enough so I can actually just move it for the time being. And yeah, because 5 o'clock, the guy's supposed to be dropping out at 7. He took for a 24-hour rental. And yeah, but hey, we got closer. I didn't want to attack this because it was getting so cold, and it's still a little bit chilly right now. But hey, got to make progress, got to make things happen. Plus, I hated it whenever somebody was coming to rent this thing, and you couldn't put the lock on easy, and it was just ridiculous. Sometimes I was at work, and I had to have my wife put it on and put it back off, take it back off, and it sucks. Let me just say, even for me, it sucks. So I'd rather just get it done the right way, replace it completely, put a new one on, and forget that whole deal. So let's not waste any more time. Let's sand it down and tack this thing on. All right, here's the spots that I actually grounded down. Got this one, that one. I did the sides and underneath. It's gonna be the perfect areas where I actually need to weld. As you can see, once I put it down here, I got a little bit of overlapping or extra. That way I'll make sure that I feel like this is whenever I weld and it's gonna be fuming together, it's gonna be smoking. Probably terrible for you. So I wanna make sure I get a little bit further away, but get plenty for the size that I needed and everything that I need. So I think it's it. I think it's time to go ahead and tack her on, and hopefully she holds. Well, as I say, this is the last thing we got to do is weld her up and paint her. So got this thing pretty about 3-4 months ago now. It is freaking awesome. This titanium, this is a 170 MIG. This thing does amazing. It's got a converter, so you can swap it to a 110 or run it off of 240. This thing does awesome. Like I said, all the settings and everything are on it, so you have nothing to worry about. I'm using half argon, half gas. Oh, CO2. Let's go ahead and weld her up. I'm gonna put some tack welds on the top side that will hold it down really well, and then we can finish it off. I think the only thing we're gonna be fighting is a little bit of the wind that's going on, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'll have to wait for it to stop and then start welding. No problem. Let's get it done. All right, guys, hopefully you don't judge me too bad on my welds. It's been a while, practicing all the time. Never stop practicing because you will lose it. So let's look at them real quick. We're actually ready to let go of this jack that I was holding it up because I've welded it enough where it actually hold it in place and it shouldn't shift anymore. So let's go and turn the camera around and I'll show y'all. All right, so I'd say out of all of them, probably the one that's the best is probably this guy. But they're actually turning out really well. I don't think I've lost it or anything like that. So now we have to do is just weld all the way underneath here. And same thing on this side. And of course this side here. And I think we're gonna be done. So like I said, this thing does really well. If this phone would actually adjust. But yeah, like I said, it gives you all the different little things that you need to set it up. This got this whole thing right here, so you're going to be able to do all sorts of stuff. And I'm using 0.03 meg solid wire, so that's what I'm doing. And then you just find that right there, plus I'm using right there argon and CO2, and then you adjust to the thickness of the material. So that is the really cool. I had a little really old one, Lincoln 3500. It was super weak, so upgraded this thing, and this thing can weld some amazing things. Like I said, we can already let go of this thing and it should be holding on its own. I can't do it with one hand. Oh, there we go. All right, yep, should be solid enough to hold it. I can pretty much drive it away and pull it away if I needed to, but I think these are perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish welding her up. That way I can be done with this thing and don't have to worry about it. And then later we can work on the new jack. So let's get set up, get back to welding. I was getting ready to throw you guys some nice weld, literally zoomed in so you guys can see how well it goes, and I ran out of wire. That's all right, we're gonna get some more, but this will be plenty for me. Like I said, I need to hook it up to my truck, move it out of the way so I can bring the other trailer rental that's out right now. So fine with me. I'll pick it up another day. I get to spend some time with my family. Let's go and pack all this up, and I'll catch y'all later. So it's been a couple days. We have went and got a new reel for the welder because we ran out of this spool, ran out of wire, and we actually finished up welding it. I didn't do a lot on the camera just because it's, you know, it's long, tedious, and all that stuff. But I'm pretty sure you can. There's plenty of videos of how people weld and all that stuff. But like I said, if you guys want a review on that thing, let me know. We'll do some pretty hardcore stuff, thin all the way to thick. Like I said, this one thing is already welded up. Let's go ahead and show you guys the results. All we got to do is paint it because it's already been sitting out on the sun a little bit. And we had a little bit of rain last night, so it's already throwing a little corrosion. So we got to seal it up before it corrodes and prevent all that rust that's coming on. So let's go and show you guys the results, wrap this video up. As I mentioned earlier in the video, we will be swapping this thing out right here. The little jack. We're going to a square one. So here it is. This is the master hull, or hull master, as we're going to. Capacity is 5,000. It is more than enough than what we need for this. This one weight ratio is a lot less. It's only 1,000. I think that's why it struggles even picking up the frame on the front here. And plus, you know, like I said, heck, you can even see right here. You see how it cocks itself? Just because of the circular, plus it has a wheel, so it likes to drive and drift a little bit. I'm going to a flat base now. This is gonna be a lot more secure, a lot more flat. Plus, I love the pin. You don't have to undo the all the way. You pull the pin, let it drop. That way you have to crank very little bit. I was about to set it up to go with the electric because I have the little solar panel on here, so we could actually charge the battery and have this powered every time. But I figured this is not that bad. Wanted to try it out. I've seen a lot of people that rent trailers out. They actually use these, and not too shabby. This is the 5,000-pound capacity, so it'll be plenty. I think it'll be plenty even if there's a vehicle on this trailer, so I think that'll be good. Now the only thing we have left is figure out where we're going to mount this. I'm wanting to mount it back same place here. All we got to do is unbolt this. That way the plate that I actually welded on here, if you guys want to check it out in my previous videos, this is the plate I mounted so it can actually stay on here, because it had C-clamps that were holding it around the tube like here, and somebody bent it, of course, because of the weight that they had on it, and they were trying to crank it up with that. So that was not rated for anything like that, but now it will be. So that's why we're going to probably mount it same spot. Biggest problem I had here with this one was whenever you would crank it, let me see if I could back out a little bit. When you would crank it, you would actually hit your knuckles sometimes right here. So I'm wanting to maybe turn this a different way so you don't have to do that anymore. Maybe it'll go like this. I think that'll be the best. Like the way it's standing right now, go like that. That way you're missing the toolbox the whole time. You have full access to the toolbox. And I'm trying to put it low enough where I can actually open the tailgate of the truck and then not bother it. So we're gonna have to make sure we do our proper measurements for that. But other than that, guys, I think that is gonna be wrap up for this video. And I really do appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys all growing my family. Make sure to smash that subscribe button if you guys like this kind of content. Hit the little bell so you guys get notified of other builds that are coming your way. Appreciate you guys. God bless and take care.